Hi guys, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. As you can see, I am pretty excited and getting pretty festive because today we are doing top 10 Christmas movies. I couldn't be more excited, like it's snowing, Christmas is just like next week. I'm Rebecca Felgate and you can think of me as like your friendly Christmas elf right here on Top 10. Yes! So first up guys, before I get launching into my top 10 Christmas movies, I want to hear from you. What are you most looking forward to about Christmas this year? Is it the presents? Is it the food? Personally, I'm just not sure. Let me know in the comments below. So as you can tell, I am a big fan of Christmas, so condensing this list to just 10 was really difficult, but I've done my very best. So launching in at number 10 of our top 10 best Christmas movies, it is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now this is a good one to start off the list because it's kind of like half a Halloween film, half a Christmas film. It bridges that gap. Written by Tim Burton and directed by Henry Selick, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a stop-motion movie released in 1993. Now the story goes that Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but he doesn't really understand it. He may not understand it, but he certainly likes what he sees, and he would much rather that Halloween Town celebrate Christmas instead, so he gets working on that. Making Christmas is so fine. The only problem is his mates like the ghouls, the bats, etc., they don't really get the concept of Christmas, so chaos does indeed ensue. My favourite quote from the movie is, "There's children throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads. They're busy building toys and absolutely no one's dead." I mean, that's heartwarming. So The Nightmare Before Christmas has grossed $75 million at the box office. Not bad. Jingling in at number 9, we have Jingle All the Way, starring my personal hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, some people don't agree that this is one of the best Christmas movies ever, but guys, Arnie, like, he is a dream in this. This 1996 film, directed by Brian Levant, pretty much summarizes the meaning of Christmas in under 90 minutes. Sure, everyone loves a good toy, no more so than 9-year-old Jamie, Schwarzenegger's character's son. However, Jamie wants nothing more than a Turbo Man doll for Christmas, but you don't always get what you want, especially when your father is as forgetful as Howard. At the end of the film, the joy of spending Christmas with the family prevails, and that wins out over gifts under the tree, as it should be. My absolute favorite quote from this film is Arnie saying, "Put that cookie down!" Did you like my impression? Now, it might have not ranked highly with critics, but this movie did rake in $130 million. So next up, the movie that shot Bing Crosby's White Christmas to fame, it's Holiday Inn. Now this actually won Crosby an Academy Award because the song is just so frigging Christmassy. Aren't we all dreaming of a white Christmas? Like, yes. Some people don't know that the song White Christmas, which is pretty much synonymous with the holiday season, came from the 1942 film Holiday Inn. Many people actually mix this up with the 1954 film White Christmas, which was a remake of Holiday Inn. So if vintage Christmases and musicals are your thing, this is for you! With music by Irving Berlin, Holiday Inn sounds and looks like Christmas. Plus, it stars icons Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. The story is that of two performers, one singer, one dancer, and they chase after the same woman. My favourite quote from the movie is, "It's going to be easy, like peeling a turtle." I mean, sure. The movie grossed an estimated $3.5 million. In at number 7, we have The Grinch. The Grinch! He is the greenest of all Christmas critters. The Grinch absolutely does not like Christmas, so much in fact that he wants to steal it. How would you feel if someone stole your Christmas? Not good, I imagine. After years of being taunted by society in Whoville, a town that is Christmas cray-cray, the Grinch hatches a cunning plan to steal Christmas. Only the spirit of tidings of comfort and joy is just too infectious. My favourite quote in the movie is, "Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day." The Grinch was a roaring box office success and grossed $345 million. In at number 6 we have It's a Wonderful Life. Rated 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, It's a Wonderful Life is the story of George Bailey, a businessman who contemplates suicide when he may have to go to prison. Luckily, the power of Christmas and an angel named Clarence is able to help him out. Now, my favourite quote from the movie is, "Remember, George, no man is a failure who has friends." Now, this is just true. If you've got friends, you're winning. The film was nominated for 5 Oscars and made $3 million at the box office. Now, this wasn't a roaring success back in 1945 when it was released, but many do consider it to be one of the greatest Christmas films of all time. In at number 5 from the UK, it is Love Actually. Like, I love it. Like, actually. Now, this film is absolutely jam-packed with stars. We have Hugh Grant, Keira Knightley, Colin Firth, Liam Neeson, Bill Nighy, Emma Thompson, and Professor Snape. There are so many subplots and storylines in this film, but for me it works. It documents the complex love lives of Londoners across the city in the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. I think my favourite moment is when the Prime Minister is in the back of a cab with little kids dressed as octopuses for the school play. I mean, I just love it. My favourite quote has to be, "Okay, let's get the kicked out of us by love." I mean, haven't we all felt like that at some point? I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, this was released in 2003, which I cannot believe was over 10 years ago. I still think of this as a modern Christmas film. And it has grossed a whopping $247 million. In at number 4, we have National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now, I have to admit, before I started writing this list, I hadn't seen this movie, and I was talking about my list to some girls I met at a party, and they were like, "Whoa, you haven't seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? Honey, you gotta get watching it now," and I did, and it was great. This movie has everything you want. It's got like snowy Christmassy scenes, it's got a tree, and it has got a whole bunch of chaos. Released in 1989, the movie stars Chevy Chase and Juliette Lewis, and it is essentially about a family Christmas holiday that is derailed by a series of unfortunate events. Unfortunate, but fun. My favourite quote from the film is, "If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I would be more surprised than I am now." I mean, good point. So the film has grossed around $71 million. Pretty good. So we're reaching the top 3 point of our top 10 Christmas movies, and I'm so excited because these just ooze so much Christmas. Christmas! Ooh. In at number 3, we have The Muppets Christmas Carol. There goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Scrooge. Oh, I'm just so excited. I mean, nothing jazzes up a Charles Dickens classic than a song and a dance and a puppet. Yes, please. Even though there are songs, dances, and puppets, the adaptation is still pretty accurate. We have mean old Scrooge who doesn't want to give his workers Christmas off or pay them fairly until he is shown the meaning of the holidays by 3 ghosts. Released in 1993, this is very much an essential Christmas watch for me. The movie was also dedicated to Muppets creator Jim Henson and puppeteer Richard Hunt, who died in the early 90s. My favourite quote from the film is an exchange between Rizzo the Rat and Great Gonzo. Rizzo says, "I fell down the chimney and landed on a flaming hot goose." Gonzo says, "You have all the fun." Now, the movie grossed around $27 million, which doesn't sound like a lot, but people still love it today. So close, but no cigar. In at number 2, we have Elf. Small fact for you guys, when I finished university, I was actually a Christmas elf in a department store for like 2 months. It was great. Will Ferrell is just so good. He's like my spirit animal in Anchorman, and he is totally the spirit of Christmas in Elf. This movie was also released over 10 years ago in 2003. Oh my goodness, we need to start making some new Christmas movies. The story is of an orphan who accidentally gets abducted by Santa and is brought up as an elf. At the age of 30, Buddy goes to New York to meet his biological father. Having been brought up in the North Pole, one can imagine that NYC is just a little bit different. I've got 2 favourite quotes. The first one is, "The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loudly for all to hear." And the other one is just, "Santa!" I love that moment. Yes! Now, Elf grossed around $220 million, a definite thumbs up. So guys, we have reached that point in our most amazing top 10 Christmas movies where we are keying into that number 1. But first up, a little recap. So we've had The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jingle All the Way, Holiday Inn, The Grinch, It's a Wonderful Life, Love Actually, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Muppets Christmas Carol, and Elf. But what could possibly be at number 1? What else? It's Home Alone! Yes! The 1990s movie that shot Macaulay Culkin to fame is my favourite Christmas movie. Telling the story of an 8-year-old left at home by accident for Christmas, little cheese pizza loving Kevin gets up to all kinds of awesome mischief. It's just so Christmassy. Now, I love Home Alone. I like Home Alone too, but number 1 is the best. My favourite quote in the whole movie absolutely has to be, "Keep the change, you filthy animal." Yes. The movie grossed $286 million, so it was a thumbs up from the audience as well. So that's that's it, guys. That was our most amazing top 10 for the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Did I miss anything out? Let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out our other videos, like Landon and Danny do a really, really good job. So do that. I'm Rebecca Felgate. I'm so excited about Christmas. Leave me a nice, happy comment, a nice thumbs up. I'll see you next time.